My name is Stephen Wechter, and I'm going to be doing my presentation project on the Lincoln Cathedral. I'm going to be talking about the background of it, the architecture of it, the construction styles of it, like how it was built, when and where. The background on it, the who part of it. The cathedral dates back to thousands of years ago, during the William the Conqueror era. He was more formally known as King William I. During this era, while fighting natives across the land, he built many castles, which the Lincoln was one of them. The what? The Lincoln Cathedral is the third largest in England and is one of the main pieces of architecture for the Gothic time period. Bishop Remus was ordered to move to Lincoln, where he was the first to begin the construction of the cathedral. The when? In 1073 is when the construction of the cathedral began. Then it was destroyed by an earthquake in 1185, but it was rebuilt in 1215 through 1255. It was also continuously renovated throughout the years. The where? The cathedral is located within England, where they practice under the Church of England. Prior to this, they practiced Catholicism. This image of the cathedral is what it looks like in today's day. Now I'm going to be talking about the building of the cathedral. In 1124, the cathedral caught fire, which had caused damage to it. Then in 1185, an earthquake destroyed all of the cathedral except for the twin towers in the west front. This led to the Bishop Hugh, who was the bishop in Lincoln, in 1186, where he was going to restart the building process. In 1192, he had the cathedral being rebuilt with many new Gothic styles of architecture at the time, such as rib vaults, pointed arches, and flying buttresses. Bishop Hugh did not live to the day to see the finished product of the cathedral, but he was buried inside of it. In the image shown here, you can see the rib vaults going along the ceiling, and you can see all the pointed arches along the walls. Now I'm going to be talking about the construction of the cathedral. The main materials used in the building of the cathedral were made up of limestone for the most part of the cathedral. And the front pillars were also made of limestone, but were varnished and made to look like marble, which it was not. In 1307 and 1311, the central towers were raised using wooden spires for height, which is its height today. The two western towers were also raised, which made this the largest building in history for over 200 years. As you can see in the image here, this is where they were constructing on one of the towers, and they were building the wooden spires. Now I'm going to be talking about the designs of the cathedral. The length of the cathedral is 482 feet long, and the width of it is 78 feet wide. The nave in the cathedral is 78 feet tall, and the total square footage of the cathedral is 53,820 square feet. The interior has many designs, which some say it takes days to be able to get through the whole cathedral. Most of the ceilings inside the cathedral are made up of rib vaults, as you can see here, and that's in the nave also. The cathedral also incorporated flying buttresses on the exterior of it. Pointed arches were also a big part of the designs in the cathedral and entryways. The cathedral has two large rose stained glass windows for the matching Dean's Eye and Bishops, which had religious designs stained in them. These windows were for medieval architecture, were very uncommon for the type of architecture used in this time period. The south window of the cathedral had a curvilinear tracery in which the circular stained window had many forms of circular designs in the window. The structures of the cathedral were very unique, with many religious designs and having incorporated animals within the structures. As you can see here in the image, this is the stained glass windows with a bunch of religious designs in it. Now I'm going to be talking about the floor plan. The floor plan layout of the cathedral was filled with a main long hallway called the nave, which leads up to a few different chapels throughout the cathedral. Over the years, parts of the cathedral were reconstructed while dealing with the destructions caused by weather. The angel choir was built in the cathedral in the east end of it, in the St. Hugh's choir section of the cathedral, there's many asymmetrical vaults. This is one of the few noticeable pieces of work, which it was also used to house the St. Hugh's shrine. And then here's my sources of where I found all my information.